an oxymoron. He never finishes. My mouth into knowledge and vanishes. I am being crazy, copulating. Our perfect sex gets my aggravating. I can't hide your condom, our misconduct. Teenage behavior, I make the fuss. I've been called an oxymoron because I question which drugs the war's on. Why are there more drugstores than liquor stores you can score on?
NOFX, Oxy Moronic. This is a little single that was released alongside the First Ditch Effort studio album, which happens to be the newest one, back in 2016. This is one of my favorite NOFX singles of all time because I love the song Oxy Moronic. You know, NOFX, they're not a stranger to making songs about drugs. Heroin is probably one of my favorite ones. They've got so many that I'm not even going to list them all off. Drugs are good, they let you do things that you know you're not should. But this is a kind of a different NOFX drug song because I might be oxymoron because I question which drugs the war on. This song, instead of telling people to do drugs and instead of talking about how fun it is to do drugs and how much Fat Mike is addicted to drugs, this song takes a big bite, a big stab at Big Pharma, which is something that really made my day when this came out. It really made my day when this happened. And the reason why I honestly relate to this song so much is because, without showing you my chest, I have two chest diseases, two breast diseases, not breast cancer, but they hurt so bad sometimes that what would be the difference in it? I know there'd be quite a difference between cancer and what I've got, but when I was younger, I was falsely diagnosed with a few mental disorders when I was like 7, ADHD and something else, and I didn't actually have them, but the doctor said that I did, and the long story short, for about 15 odd years, they shoved so many different pills down my throat, so many prescription drugs, from Ritalin, Risperdal, Concerta, God, Wellbutrin. I can't even name all the pills. There's a big-ass book full of different medications I tried with me, and long story short, all of it really fucked me up. Big time, big time, big time. I don't take any of it now. I'm 25, I haven't taken any of it since I was around 18, when I finally got the freedom to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. But unfortunately, after all them years of taking those medications, even getting off of them really didn't help much because the damage to my body had already been done. Now, the reason Fat Mike wrote Oxy Moronic is because his doctor got him purposely addicted to a drug. I don't remember the name of the drug he got him addicted to, but his doctor kept prescribing him a drug to deal with his pain or something. I remember it from an interview I watched a few years ago, but in reality, the drug wasn't doing anything for Mike other than getting him addicted to the drug to the point where he'd constantly come back and pay the doctor more money. Because that's what Big Pharma is all about, and that's why I love the song Oxy Moronic. It's the A-side version. Now, the B-side version is different, which, you know, on a musical note here, I like my punk rock to be raw and, you know, unrehearsed shit. The demo version actually has different lyrics entirely. And although lyrically I like the A-side, musically I like the B-side more, because the A-side is more polished and the B-side is more raw. And it's a completely different song. I mean, it still has the same idea behind it, using an oxymoron, never finishes. It's got the same, I guess you could say, some of the lyrics are the same, but they're used in a different way, and you can just go find both of them easily on YouTube. They're not that hard to find, but I really like that Fat Mike and NOFX really tackled Big Pharma with Oxy Moronic, and of course this is the white 7-inch here. When it first came out. When you pre-order or order from Fat Records when an album first comes out, you generally get a colored pressing, which is pretty cool. If you wait till they're all out of stock, then you don't get shit really. You get a black one, which black's good, but it's kind of nice to get a colored pressing with Oxy Moronic original demos. Made in Pirate Press. Oh, Czech Republic. Cool, I think this is Czech Republic. Pirate Press is the record label that the Subhumans Crisis Point is coming out on, and I'm stoked as hell for that. But I just wanted to give a quick little review over NOFX Oxy Moronic, because just the way they take the names of the drugs in this song and they flip them into just a poet, and just it's so much poetic justice, for real. The way they take the names of drugs. I'm, am I being crazy? The medical industrial complex, which I like that term. The medical, instead of the military industrial complex, the medical industrial complex. That is such a clever way to stab Big Pharma right in the chest. The medical industrial complex. I've never heard anyone say that before. I've always heard people attack Big Pharma, but to say the medical industrial complex, like, it's a military, it's an army that's trying to take over, which it is. The medical companies, they do want to take over. They do want to monopolize. They do want everyone so addicted to the shit that they put out there, they get all the money. They don't care who dies. They don't care who it hurts. They don't care who it affects. They don't give a shit if it causes negative diseases and things like that, and like the type of shit that I have to go through. I'm not going to go into that, though, because I don't really feel like talking about it right now. But, yeah, Big Pharma sucks. And it just really made my... Fat Mike did say in the interview that when Oxy Moronic was originally released, he did email the song to the doctor. They kept prescribing the medications, and he's like, hey, I wrote a song about you. And he said the doctor never responded. Oh, they keep us Viagra-rated all because of Percocet. That's another one of my favorite lines from the song. Just the way they bend the words, the way they bend the names of the drugs in the song to really keep the flow of the song going. It's purely a genius idea. It really is. I was just gonna pinpoint a couple of the lyrics, but I figured I'll just go through the song because this song is so genius, it deserves to be dissected, and I haven't really seen anyone do it in 3 years, which I know, Anarka, this shit's 3 years old, what the fuck, you're just not getting to it? I did a video on it when it first came out, but it was more of a vinyl haul where I just kind of rocked out to it, but I've never actually taken this song and digested it before and really looked into it. Well, with you guys, I listen to this song quite often. I've been called an oxymoron. Right there in the first line, oxymoron. Because I question which drugs the war's on. Why are there more drugstores and liquor stores you can score on? The healers have become the harmers. They're just pharmaceutical farmers. What we used to call dealers, we now call doctors. Right there taking a big stab at the doctors at the pharmaceutical industry, saying, the dealers... The doctors are now the dealers. They are now the pushers. They are now the ones who will get you sick. We now call doctors. I might be a CD cynic because that crack house is now a clinic. It's time they change the name of the oath to the hypocritic or the parasitic. Now this is the part where they start using the name of different medications in a little bended up way. It is an Adderall-touristic by overprescribing. How can we fight them in a Suboxone ring? I'll throw a accusation with a subkida meaning. They'll say my fears are quite ludicrous. They should be apt to vanishing. With every demoralification, they'll have a good Xan explanation. You're just illustrated because we made your dick deflated. It's oxymoronic. It should be doctors getting busted for the colonial opinions we trusted. They're not the sinners. Or no, we're not the sinners. They're the ones that served us the Vicodiners. Vicodin. I don't know half of these medications, but I can recognize the names of the drugs. Like, I don't know what half of these even do. And if I did, it'd probably make the song even more interesting, which I looked them up, but I kinda like being in the gray on this, just so that, I don't want to be an alarmist, but in that pharmacy, there's a harmist. But in that pharmacy, there's a harmist. Although scripts are making packs simple-minded pacifists. It's oxymoronic. Don't think that I am being crazy. The medical industrial complex, there's my line, keeps us aggravated and hard to come. God damn it. Keeps us aggravated and hard to calm because of Percocet. How can we hydrocondone their blatant misconduct? They don't care for patients, they care about pushing products. Are you oxymoronic for wanting your daily chronic and making your mom's house hydroponic? You're oxymoronic. I wonder if that's a 311 reference, a hydroponic. They have an album called that, I believe. I've been called an oxymoron Forgetting my metaphoron. Linoleum's the floron. Linoleum is a floron. I'm an oxymoron. It's time to be alarmed. It's time to be alarmed. We're not being healed, we're being harmed. Our country is being factory farmed. It's oxymoronic. Yeah, and that's just some shit at the end of it. You know what we're gonna do, actually? Let's see what half of these fucking drugs do. Let's go with Adderall. Like, yeah, I really don't know what half of these drugs do, so let's type and see what Adderall does. Adderall. Let's see. Adderall is a combination of medication containing 4 salts. I don't give a shit. It's used to treatment of attention, ADHD, and narcolepsy. Fuck is narcolepsy? Let me look that one up. We're going to learn about medication in this video, as I just changed my mind at the last second. Narcolepsy, a condition characterized by extreme tendency to fall asleep whenever relaxing in surroundings. A condition characterized by an extreme tendency to fall asleep whenever in relaxing surroundings. Really? Narcolepsy. Never heard of it before. Sounds, so in the song they use the word, it isn't Adderall-touristic. I'm trying to see if they plugged in, like, what the drug is used for in the sentences. It isn't Adderall-touristic. So Adderall is to fight ADHD, and what? How could it fight ADHD by calming those down, and also fighting narcolepsy, which causes you to go to sleep? So is it an upper and a downer? Fuck, I don't know. By overprescribing, how can we fight them in a Suboxone ring? So I'm gonna guess that one is called Suboxone. Suboxone? Oh yeah, Suboxone. Suboxone. Okay. Narcotic. It can treat pain as well as an addiction to narcotic pain reliever. What the fuck? It can treat pain as well as an addiction to narcotic pain relievers. Y'all fucking reading this shit? Suboxone can treat pain as well as an addiction to pain relievers. So, maybe if you get an addiction to Suboxone, you can just take Suboxone to treat your fucking addiction to Suboxone. That's bullshit. And maybe it's just because I don't understand all these drugs, because I've never looked into them, because I've never needed to. The next one up here is Prozac. I've actually heard of this one before. I don't know what it does. Yeah, Prozac. Ugh. Prozac is a type of antidepressant called a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, SSRI, used for treating depression, bulimia, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, panic disorder. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's an extreme one. Wow. Okay, so now that we got those, oh, and with the subkit, I don't know if that's the name of a drug or not. It looks like it could be. Let's look it up. We are learning shit in this review. Subkit, sub medicine. Subkit, subkit. I don't think that's a medicine. Subketamine. Subketamine. I think it might be subketamine. Let me try that one. Let me just go with subketamine there and see if subketamine is actually the real net. Yep, I knew it. Subketamine. It just sounds like a medication, in my opinion. No, it's subketamine. No, it's ketamine. Motherfucker. Ketamine. There we go. We found it, my friends. We found subketamine. Ketamine is a medication mainly used for starting and maintaining anesthesia. It induces a trance-like state while providing pain relief, sedation, and memory loss. Other uses include for chronic pain, sedation, intensive care, and depression. So, it's used mainly for starting and maintaining anesthesia. So, pretty much for calming you down, I guess. It's anesthesia. They put you on that in the hospital to get you to put you to sleep. Quaalude. I know what a Quaalude is, but just for the hell of it, I'm pretty sure we all. I don't actually know what a Quaalude does, though. I know what a Quaalude is. I don't know much about drugs. Quaaludes are synthetic dyslexia, baby. Central nervous system depressant, and a popular recreational drug in the use from the 60s and the 80s. It was made illegal by the DEA, so it's just a central nervous system depressant. So it's just a calm you down type of drug. Yeah, I had a feeling. Active. I wonder if they should be anti-vanishing. I wonder if that's talking about them face cream drugs. I don't think it is though. No, Ativian. Never mind. It can treat seizure disorders such as epilepsy. It can also be used before surgery and medical procedures to relieve anxiety. Damn. I like how over here it's called a cute name. It's called Ativan. But over here, the actual brand name is Ativan. The actual drug name is lorazepam. Lorazepam. I cannot pronounce half of this shit. I feel so stupid. Yeah, they always give the drugs. They always get these really scientific names because of the chemicals that are used to make them, and then the doctors end up giving them a cute name like Ativan. I keep wanting to call it Ativian for some reason. It just sounds more druggy. It sounds more scientific. Ativian. Ativian can treat seizure disorders such as epilepsy. It can also be used before surgery for medical procedures that relieve anxiety. Would you rather take Ativian to treat your epilepsy and your seizures, or would you rather take Ativan? I'd rather take Ativian. I'd rather take fucking neither because it sounds absolutely deadly. But who knows? It could probably help someone. It made it into this NOFX song, so it's probably pretty bad. Okay, the next one up here, with every Demerol altercation. Demerol. I'm gonna go with Demerol. I just believe that Demerol is the term for this one. Up here. Anarka, why don't you just put your fucking Bandicam thing in, like, to cover the screen? Because I don't want to. Yeah, Demerol. Injection. It can treat moderate to severe pain. So, it's just another pain reliever. Why the fuck are there so many goddamn pain relievers just with different names? And you wonder why the hell NOFX wrote Oxy Moronic. You wonder why after this. Xanax. I've heard this one before. It can treat anxiety and panic disorder. Alprazolam. What? Alprazolam. Alprazolam. Yeah, I don't care. Another anxiety medication. Xanax. Cialostrated. Now, I don't know if that's actually a drug. I think that's actually a word, cialostrated, because it's got the astrated in there, like castrated. Let's find out. Cialis, okay. Cialis. Vasodilator. It can treat erectile dysfunction and enlarged prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia. It can also treat high blood pressure in lungs. I butcher words so much. So yeah, that's to do with the prostate and erectile dysfunction. So yeah, that one actually goes in there. With every Demerol altercation, we'll have a good Xan explanation. You're just cialostrated because we made your dick deflated. So yeah, kind of going back over it, knowing what these drugs are supposed to do, although they're bent around, it actually does make the flow of the song go better. I thought at first that NOFX was just taking drug names and kind of adding something to it that make words, but apparently with these drug names, they're actually using, to an extent, what the drug is supposed to do, or negatively supposed to do, in order to keep the flow of the song going. And this song is pure fucking genius. It really is. This should be doctors getting busted for their Klonopin. I know Klonopin. I've actually heard of that one before. Klonopin. Here, it can be seizures. Jesus Christ, another fucking seizure drug. For their cologne opinions we trusted. We're not the sinners, are the ones that finish the Vicodiners. Vicodin, obviously, I know. Everybody knows what fucking Vicodin is. You know, every time I think of Vicodin, I think of the Slim Shady, I think it's the LP. where you open up the cover and M&M is next to a window and there's an angry Vicodin pill there. It can treat pain. Interesting. Pharmacy. Now, I wonder if that's just a play on the word pharmacy. I feel like it is. Pharmacy? No, it's actually not. Let me just type in define so that I don't actually have to... Oh, it's an Urban Dictionary thing. Oh, fuck yeah. We checked the bottle, found that 30... Let's see here. We checked the bottle, we found that 30 pills of Celexa had been filled. Rather than Celebrex, Chelsea's brother ordered. The emergency room doctor recommended we take the pills back to the pharmacy once the breathing tube was removed. So it's just a slash against the pharmacy, obviously. Oh, yeah, I'm on Urban Dictionary. You can all plainly fucking see Urban Dictionary. Gotta show my sources in this. Alright. Next up, we got Paximinded. There's so many more on here. We're almost done now. Paximinded. Where the fuck did I go? Paximinded. Paxil. Is that where they're heading with that one? It can treat depression and anxiety. Oh my god, all these motherfucking medications are almost the same. There's almost no point in looking them all up. Ambien, I know what Ambien does. Keeps us aggravated because of Percocets. Hycondone, hydrocodone. Okay, I think that's the last one. I think these two are the last ones here because I'm getting kind of bored of doing this now. Considering half of these drugs are literally the same fucking thing, just with a different name. It's no wonder we have a drug addicted country. It can treat insomnia. Ambien. Okay, so that one's technically different then. Alright. The medical industrial complex keeps us Viagra. I don't need to look up Viagra. We know what that one does. That's obviously pretty fucking... That's one of the biggest joke medications of all time. Percocets. What the fuck? Pretend like you didn't see that. It can treat moderate to severe pain. Yeah, Percocet, whatever. I'm bored. I'm bored of looking this shit up. Well, they're all the fucking same. I expected these to be like really just... Well, okay. Now that I actually know what these drugs are, I can kind of see another reason why Fat Mike, instead of going out to find some names of some really fancy or whatever hardcore drugs, Fat Mike used the names of drugs that are so common in everyday use that doctors prescribe to everyone. That's why you have common drug names in this song, which brings the song even more to life than it already did. Instead of using like cocaine or, you know, ecstasy or, you know, just all the hardcore, you know, street drugs like crack, meth, and all that, he's using common over-the-counter prescription drugs, Adderall, Suboxone, Prozac, you know, Xanax. He's using all of these different drugs that everyone, well, not everyone, but that are very common in households. It's just to make the song more relatable. And now that I've taken the time to actually go through this song, look up half of these drugs, I now understand this song even better than I already did, because now that these drugs make sense. And actually, I'm really glad I did this because I don't take any medication, because fuck that, I don't trust half of this shit out there. But if ever I'm in a hospital and they give me something, and let's pretend that whatever they give me decides, you know, whatever they give me is in this song, well, thanks to looking up the lyrics to this and actually looking up the medications, I'll know what's going to go in my body. Because every time I get prescribed a medication, which I only get prescribed medications when I go to the emergency room or when I got something seriously wrong with me, I will always ask what are the negative side effects, tell me everything. And the doctors legally have to do that. But thank you, NOFX, Fab Mike, Variety, Oxy Moronic. You have actually educated me. After 20 odd years of listening to your band, you've educated me even more on medication, on a harmful medication, and the negative side effects that it can do to your body and what it's treated for and all that. Which I know I didn't really go into the negative side effects of all these drugs because that would take fucking forever, but now that you all have a good idea as to what all these are for, which I'm gonna guess, considering most of these are pain relievers, some are epilepsy relievers and so forth, I'm going to guess, because if you look up the negative side effects of most drugs, a lot of the negative side effects of all these drugs kind of merge into each other. Like, can make your depression worse, suicidal thoughts, this and that, can cause this, can cause that. Just like at the very end of Oxy Moronic, on the, if you watch the Funny or Die music video they made, El Jefe goes into that little, I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this. NOFX, Oxy Moronic. There it is, Funny or Die. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that because I do not feel like getting a copyright strike, but we're just gonna scroll back here to the very end of the song. To about right there.
Oxy Moronic should be used as directed. You should call your doctor if you experience...
See what it said there?
Oxy Moronic should be used as directed.
Used as directed. Now, I don't know if this was intentional, but there is a Bad Religion song that's on a B-side called Lose As Directed. I don't know if that's a reference to that at all, but...
Oxy Moronic should be used as directed. You should call your doctor if you experience pubic hair growth on your face or neck. In rare cases, Oxy Moronic has been known to cause patients to regain unconsciousness, take both sides of an argument, and polygamy. Other side effects may include a sexual attraction to windows, eyeball growth, trash can envy, tongue expansion, considering yourself the most interesting person in the room, spinal retraction, subtle driving, a frowny smile, pigeon coupon collecting, and playing basketball. In more severe cases, some patients have experienced sharding as a daily ritual, obsession with average results, liking people you never did before, clown fighting, and growth of extra holes. Ask your doctor about Oxy Moronic today.
I like how in that, I like how in that video, although El Jefe is mocking like all those different side effects that it may cause and making up bullshit. You know, another reason I like the video is because in all the prescription drug commercials we see on TV, it always shows, like, when they're talking about the worst of worst side effects, not this, but the worst of worst side effects to a drug, you always see this happy little fucking cinema going on here, like kids playing in a park, or a married couple in their 70s at a lake fishing or something like that. You always see something like really positive and happy, showing what the medication has done to help people, while at the same time you have this really fast voice. This drug may cause epilepsy, it may cause suicidal depression. If you have thoughts, goddamn. And this is on national TV. You know, half of the negative side effects of half of those drugs that come out are worse than any horror film that I've ever fucking seen in my life. But yeah, my friends, that's Oxy Moronic by NOFX. The 7-inch released in 2016 alongside First Ditch Effort, which yes, Oxy Moronic is obviously on First Ditch Effort, different version of it. This is kind of the demo version of what's on there, and that's the original demo version. I know I didn't cover this song much, but that's just because I like the sound of it, but I don't really care for it that much. I like this version more, but they're both good. Musically, I like the B-side, but lyrically I like the A-side. But that's what that is. I'm Anarka Akaza. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned something today about medication. Anyway, that's what done you.
News is directed, don't take no chance. Don't hinge your life upon circumstance.